I'm chilling heavy, understand me, baby, this like some
What's up, everybody? Thank y'all so much for tuning in to tonight's show of Cuties and the Cons. We got a full panel tonight. We're gonna have an interesting discussion. Y'all stay tuned. DM your questions for the next show. My name is LaVonna Fox, and I'm gonna pass the mic.
Hey, now. Latif, the Khalif Latif. Once again, another episode. I want to leave you with begin you with some wisdom words and say knowledge is a weapon. Therefore, arm yourself before battle. Next to me is the lovely Miss Melanie.
Hi, I'm Melanie and/or Felony, depending on the place, time, date, hour, doesn't matter. You can get either one.
King Shoot, man. Y'all already know what to do, man. When I get in the booth, I'ma speak the truth, man. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, he did something different.
All real what you feel, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that way.
That way.
Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina, and this is my first time being here, and I'm ready to talk about whatever we're talking about today.
How you doing? My name is Willis Malvo. I too would like to begin with some knowledge. You know, a man that can't think will continue to be at the mercy of a man that can. And with that, I am the greatest.
Like that. That's what's up.
Okay, today's topic, man, we're supposed to focus on self-love and faith. Self-love and faith. The reason I believe self-love is important because we touched on it, we skimmed the surface. It's about, in a lot of relationships, a woman calls herself being in love with a man, but first you must love yourself, and vice versa, a man as well. How can I love you when I don't fully love myself? And you have to know thyself to love thyself first. And when you understand that, then it will be easy to give and receive love in the same, increments of what you're giving. But a lot of times, a lot of people say, I love him, I love this and that, but you don't love yourself, because if you love yourself enough, you wouldn't let yourself hurt that much, or you wouldn't put yourself through situations and predicaments in which you're putting you in, because you should find love within first instead of on the outside. How you feel about that, man?
You know what? I think you're absolutely right. I've been married a couple of times. I don't want to tell y'all the number because then y'all gonna say I'm crazy.
Well, you know the limit in Texas is 7.
Okay, you know what's so crazy about that? Hold on, before I was stopping right there. They had a talk with me the last time I applied for a marriage application, and the woman was like, you know what, you only got 3 more times. You're going to have to move to a different state. I've been married 4 times, guys. But anyways, back to what I was saying, self-love and self-care and faith. So my grandmother would always tell me the secret on how to get married. She said, it's only 2 things you got to do to get married, believe it or not, 2 things. And I would say, well, what's that? She said, number 1, court the man that want to get married. You cannot convert a man. It got to already be in him. And then number 2, you got to go for the man that wants you, not the man you want.
That's good. That's some good information. Oh, wise
Okay. Substance.
Yes.
So you gotta go for the man that love you just a little bit more than you love him.
And that's what we're taught. Right?
Yeah.
Always go for the one that loves you more.
But we always want the one that don't want us for some strange reason, and that's how we go wrong. So yeah, absolutely.
I was told something else, but I don't.
What was you told?
Yeah.
It could be right too.
Full stomach and empty. Yeah. But,
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, to the next subject.
But wait, she didn't teach me how to stay married, honestly. Right? She just taught me how to get
Full
married.
stomach and empty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the key.
A full stomach and an empty head.
But what about the conversation? Because I'm all about the conversation rules the nation.
The conversation. Hey, man, say, man. So
That's how
talk
women
about the conversation.
You gotta have substance.
Hey.
Yeah.
Because after the sex and the food, I mean, what else is left?
After the nut, then what?
Right.
I mean, when it comes to conversation,
Good one.
when it comes to conversation, first and foremost, I feel like this. When it comes to communication, you got to possess certain things. You know what I'm saying? Such as understanding. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with self-love. Since we're on that topic, it all starts with self-love. Because for one, if you love self, then you know how to love others. You see what I'm saying? Like they say that saying, treat others how you want to be treated. if you don't love you, like Latif said, if you don't love you, how you gonna love somebody else? You dig what I'm saying? It's really simple, but complicated at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm sorry to cut you off. Where does the self-hatred start though? Because if there's no self-love, then I mean, I'm thinking it's self-hate, you know, self-destruction.
upbringing.
Starts at home.
Yeah.
Upbringing. I mean,
Starts at home. Yeah.
I'm gonna speak from experience. Like, I ain't gonna say self-hatred. It just, I mean, my mother, she tried. You know what I'm saying? But as a single parent, I mean, she really she wasn't too successful. You see what I'm saying? With showing us 6 kids. You know, we know how to love, but we just, when it came to a relationship, I ain't gonna lie, like, I didn't know what love was. Then, you know, I'm in them streets, you know what I'm saying? And love, what was that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And ain't nobody teaching how to love,
Right.
you know?
They
See, we
wasn't.
really didn't have examples growing up. If we were raised in a single parent home, then we only got a one-sided deal. And then if we had a single parent, that parent was always at work.
Right.
So we were kind of kids that kind of had to raise ourselves a little bit. The only examples that I ever got of marriage growing up was, believe it or not, The Cosby Show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters. Those are the only people that I ever saw married. So when I got married, I was 19 when I first got married. I didn't know how to be a wife. I didn't know how to cook. Like, I didn't know, you know, none of that stuff. Like, I'm raised by a single mom, a single grandmother, and a whole bunch of messy single aunts. you know, and us, their advice is always bad and wrong. You know, they the masters of advice, but all that shit is wrong because they ain't got no man. So it's the blind leading the blind. So, you know, you don't know. Again, I didn't know what a wife was or how you're supposed to be a wife. So it's one of those things that you have to almost, it's like a self-help book, unless you can find somebody that was married that you can use as a mentor or something like that. But I didn't know that.
Yeah, but those resources aren't available in our community, unfortunately. Like you said, you're growing up with people that don't know how to love themselves. So if they don't know how to love themselves, they can't teach you how to love you. I can count on one hand how many times my mom told me she loved me. I can count on one hand how many times my mom gave me a hug growing up. So the thought of me loving myself was never an idea. It was never an option. I didn't realize what self-love was until my 30s. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up never thinking, oh, I gotta love myself. That was not a notion that popped up in my head.
So my question is, at what point in life did you finally realize that you loved yourself?
I think that after you just put up with so much bullshit and you get tired of it, and you're like, damn, why am I dealing with this? Why am I dealing with this person? What's wrong with me? Then you gotta reality check yourself. You gotta look in the mirror. You gotta sit down and have a conversation with yourself and be like, I'm not happy with the situation. I know I deserve better because this don't feel right. And then that's when things just like light bulbs start going off, bells and whistles, and you just start really doing things that are more beneficial to you, and that's when the self-love comes into place.
So which one comes first, self-love or loving others?
Well, it seems like we always love others more than we love ourselves for whatever reason. I mean, that's just part of the human nature to be that way. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm older. I'm not going to even say my age because they wouldn't believe me if I told them. I'm 186 years old.
Cuties&Con. Cuties&Con.
I love myself so much right now. I'm not even bothered. Like, I be hearing people say, oh, I want a man. I'm like, shit, I just want me. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be happy. Whatever it takes to make me happy, that's what's important to me right now. You know, so I know I'm at the epitome of self-love. I'm at the highest peak of it. You know, and then whatever comes next after that here, I'm here for it. You know,
Can I
think
keep it real with y'all for just a moment? Like, we family. Right?
Cuties&Con.
Okay, let me keep it
No
all the way
other way.
real. So I know every woman is gonna be like, I love myself and everything, but y'all, I just started loving myself. I just started the self-love thing within the last 2 years. Cause I literally been married to somebody my whole entire adult life. I've never been single. So for the last 2 years, I just started being single. I didn't even know how to be single. I didn't even know how to even put the spotlight on myself because I've always had a husband or kids or somebody else, you know, so I've always put myself on the back burner. So this is new for me. Like, and that's just really tough to deal with, you know, the fact that, yeah.
And I think that's what we do as women is put ourselves on the back burner. I'm in the same situation you're in. I'm getting divorced at this time. So this is my second marriage. I've always been married since I was early 20s. Been married, kids, dealing with everybody, taking care of parents and all of that. And it's always us putting ourselves on the back burner, loving everybody else, and not thinking about what we need to do for ourselves.
Okay. Can I say something? I wanna. This happened. I was in a class and like experience. We can have the same experiences with two different outlooks. So real simple. I want to try something. What is love to you?
I'm glad you asked that question. So love to me is when you disregard the opinions and thoughts of others, and you begin to look at yourself in a way that others don't look at you. You begin to take care of yourself physically, mentally, financially, and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? You begin to have a bond with yourself. And having that bond, you realize that you will like somebody. So first of all, this is what I realize about love, is that can't nobody get you, can't nobody love you like you love yourself. They can only contribute to the love that you have for yourself. So you can't find love in yourself by finding love in others. It's something that you have to, as she said, sit down with yourself and have a talk with yourself in order to reach a bond within yourself to realize that anybody that come in your life is only contributing to the love that you already have yourself. So, I definitely believe in self-love. Love is everything.
What is love to you?
Love to me is not enough. So self-love to me is always demanding respect from everyone. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of what women really need to think about, because when we get into these relationships, it's all about the man. You have to love yourself first. Demand your respect. Don't let anybody run over you and treat you any kind of way. Don't accept anything that you feel like you don't deserve. If you don't deserve it, if you love yourself, you know what you deserve and what you don't. Don't accept anything that you don't. You don't need anybody to love you to a point to where you feel like, you're not doing, when you're not doing what you need to do for yourself. Always, you have to love yourself first. So I tell people all the time that if you're not loving yourself and taking care of yourself, you can't be there for everybody else. If your cup is half full, you can't fill anybody else's.
What is love to you, King Shoe?
By any means, and not in a harmful manner. No safe form faster than a harmful manner, but by any means. Yeah. When it comes to self or anybody else.
What's love to you, man?
So for me now, it's just unconditional love. And I've learned to be so selfish with myself now. And I put myself on such a high-ass pedestal that this is the standard that I've set for myself. So whoever want to deal with me right now, this is where I'm at. You're going to have to meet me here, right? You got to either take me up or we can be right here, but we can't go back now. You know what I'm saying? So I pamper myself, I ball out on myself, I work hard, I spend money on myself, I blow the bag on myself. So it's like a man just really can't come to me with no any old thing anymore. And I used to be able to, all he had to do was say he was pretty. And I was like, okay, great, we're getting married on Saturday, great. I'm in, fuck that.
Let me ask you this though, I'm glad you said that. Let me ask you women this. You like all three of y'all, Hannah, Tina, and you. Let me ask y'all this, okay. Now, I understand that, I respect that. Now, what if he had everything to contribute, but he wasn't on a mature level, and his understanding wasn't as highly as yours when it comes to self-love? He one of those individuals who don't know how to love. You feel me? Would you be willing to go through that struggle with him to help him get to that level?
Good man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you're a good man,
if he got everything, he possessed everything else but that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With you.
Because look, a woman is designed to be a man's helpmate.
Right. I'm just saying, because you said if a man wasn't.
No, hold on. He can't just treat me any kind of way, because I've treated myself in such a way. I'm talking about his treatment toward me. Okay. So as long as he's treating me right, because I treat myself good now, like better than it, right?
So let me ask you. So would you date a broke good man?
Absolutely. You know why? Because there's no way you can be with me and be broke. There's no way.
As long as you got motivation and drive.
As long as you're a hard worker and you got motivation, I can work with you. We're going to be rich.
We can look at it, and I think women always look at potential. We have to stop looking at potential. The man has to want to do it for himself.
Okay, wait a minute. Why is he broke?
So,
something happened? I didn't know. Is this nigga always broke? He always got a story. Like, why is he broke? Let's talk about that.
Go ahead.
If he a chronic broke motherfucker, hell no. years he just got out, I can understand. Okay. Go ahead. Why is this nigga broke? First of all, let's
Nah,
talk about that.
I'm gonna say this because this is Cuties and Cons section. You feel me?
Okay.
So I'm fresh out the penitentiary.
Okay.
I'm fresh out the penitentiary. You got everything going for you.
Okay.
You know, I approach you. You feel me? I stimulate your mental.
Okay.
We connect. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't no sex, no nothing. We just vibing. That vibe there.
Right.
But you know my situation.
Okay. So if I gave you the playbook and the formula for success as I know it, you could take that and go and run with it, right? Because you got hustle already. Because whatever you did to get locked up.
If you belly check it, I'm a Tom Brady.
Okay.
You feel me?
There you go.
If you belly check it, I'm a Tom Brady.
Okay.
Period, point blank.
I can do it. I'm a star maker. I can do it.
We gonna keep it on. We gonna keep it on that con level. You dig?
That's fine.
Cause we all and been there.
For sure.
I know I have.
For sure.
That's
I came home
like,
with nothing.
if you was a drug dealer and you got locked up for a huge amount of drugs and you was like a successful drug dealer, okay, when you got out, at least I know, number one, this dude is a hustler. Number one, I know he a hard worker because he been working night and day, you know, like, so all he need is a new product, not drugs, but he needs something legal that he can take and do the same thing. Because look, you ain't gotta flip drugs. We can flip houses. We can flip cars.
The hustle is getting the drugs.
All you need is a new product.
That's it.
You a salesperson already.
Yes, sir.
I already know how to strategize.
I sold cars.
You got customers, you got sales skills, you got money management skills. So you just need a new product and you just need a new product and new playbook. That's it.
But the reason
I can do something with that, but I can't do something with somebody that's always got a sad ass story as to why he had, you know what I'm saying, hating ass niggas, hating ass bitches, you know, niggas stole my money. Like you always got to say, I can give you 20,000 right now and say, go take the ball and get us a touchdown and you gonna fumble.
I'm gonna turn it into 100.
You see what I'm saying?
The reason I just done that and asked that because you have different levels of communication of what love is. And like I asked when we was going around the room, everybody, because she said communication, so I'm tying it in. So you have to understand what love is, because in a previous broadcast I told you I was younger, and like to me, providing for my daughter was love. You see what I'm saying? Making sure she had the best of everything. To me, that was love. But in reality, it was like, nah, I want your time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you're in a relationship, we need to communicate and get an understanding on what love means to you and what love is to me. Because it's not universal. Some people are like, I don't need to go out, just spend the time. Let's Netflix and chill.
That's it.
And I'm like, well, look, man, I'm finna take you to the finest restaurant. You know, the new bag just came out. And that's like showing, not being materialistic, that's like showing my love coming from not having nothing. And now that I have it, I don't mind sharing it. So I'm willing to sacrifice, which is my key word. I'm willing to sacrifice to show you how much I love you. You see what I'm saying? So in communication also, we have to be humbling enough to understand that we might have different meanings of love.
Yeah.
What love is to you and love to me could be different, so let's communicate and get that understanding.
That's why they have that. What is it, the love
Love
language?
language.
But as long as we all understand that love is an action word.
You ever read it?
I haven't read it.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to catch up on that.
Yeah. So let's talk about, again, let's touch back on the self-hatred. If we don't have self-love, then we got self-hate. Where did that come from? I can think back in the early 90s, you know, before Cash Money took over for the 99 and 2000, you know, we used to listen to like the music back then, and it was like all the men always wanted like a badass yellow bone in the side of the car. And if you weren't yellow, then you wasn't like, I'm just saying you wasn't, okay, but you would think I'm a lighter tone, but I'm not high yellow. So it was like different various shades of yellow, you know what I'm saying?
Yellow.
I was just like, what am I? Caramel red, depending on who, but I wasn't yellow. So, you know, like, and it seemed like that was the hot commodity of the black woman, and anything less, it was like, we weren't good enough. I just feel like, you know, it was a lot of colorism going on.
Yeah.
So that caused black women not to love themselves as much too.
And it pitted black women against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the most hate within our community, they want to say it's the men against the men. The most hate within the black community is the women against the women. I grew up in a house where the women hated me. And then growing up as an adult, I've received more hate from black women than I have from a white woman, a white man, a Mexican, an Asian, and whatever. I've received more hate from my own black women. They talking about sisterly love. It ain't no motherfucking sisterly love, it's sisterly hate.
Right.
So
And then
let me
if it
ask
wasn't
you-
your skin tone, it's your body style. You gotta have a big booty. So
Right.
then what about the girls that don't have a big booty? They just outcast now, you don't get a good
I'm
man.
glad you said that. So I need you. Well, I need had it first.
Stand up.
What would you say? What would you say to those out in the public, the ladies in this world today? What would you tell the ladies in this world today who you feel going through what you went through, not what you're going through, what you went through? What kind of advice can you give them on self-love, like, you know, to motivate them?
I think it's just really just looking within and loving yourself for who you are and not trying to change your appearance, your style, the way you think to appease anybody else. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with the person that you are. And if you change who you are to appease someone else, you're not being true to yourself. And if you're not being true to yourself, how can you really love yourself?
Right.
And it's gonna backfire. It's only gonna last so long. You can only pretend to be something so long before it backfires.
That's an
You
unhappy
just-
place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just gotta point out fuck what's wrong with you. Point out all the good stuff about yourself and focus on that. Maximize that. You know?
Good
So,
advice.
I mean, I'd be like, I got some badass arms, but then, okay, I'm gonna wear some short, long sleeves.
But
Okay?
somebody that's gonna
And I
push
may,
that on
yeah, but I may accentuate the shit that I like. Okay, I may cover my arms up, but yeah, I got some big ass thighs. So look at that. You know what I'm saying? So like, you just gotta focus on the good stuff. And then again, looks for me, honestly, that's never really, I don't think that's gotten me anywhere. I think it's my mind and my personality that's really opened up doors for me everywhere I go. So focus on that shit. Take that and run.
Yeah.
I would say be you. It's only one you. Be you. Whatever you have going on for yourself, show that. And like the same thing Moses just said, it's your mind. I know men are visual. We were just talking about this the other day. Men are visual. The first thing they're going to see is your appearance, your body, and all that. But when you open up your mouth, let something with substance come out.
And that's how you keep somebody.
Yeah,
That's how you
let something with substance come out. Have that conversation going on, or have your education, or whatever you want. Go
Yeah.
after what you want, and don't worry about what everybody else has going
Because
on.
good head can only take you so far in a relationship. After a certain time, you just gonna get tired of it. You're like, damn, did this bitch talk?
Real talk. You know, real talk though. Real talk.
You big on communication.
I'm a sapiosexual. Because people come to me, they be trying to impress me with some dollars. I'm like, shit, you can't impress me with the money because I got money. Impress me with your conversation.
And you can't impress me with a whole bunch of money and cars and shit. Are you
Big
giving me the
time.
money? Shit.
Yeah, right.
Unless you finna pull the money out and hand it to me, now I'm impressed. You know? But if you finna put it back in, you just showing it to me.
You can't pull it out.
Yeah, and you driving around in a damn foreign car, but it's your shit. I mean, are you gonna give me the keys and let me drive it? I mean, shit. What am I getting excited for?
Exactly.
I'm happy for you, but I'm not fucking excited. I'm not
Are you
gonna
gonna
bust it wide
invest in
open.
me?
Yeah. Help put me on. How do I get a damn Ferrari? How do I get a stack like yours? Shit, now I'm ready to bust it wide open.
Confetti.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Yeah,
show.
I'm not busting wide open for your shit. That don't
Right now,
I don't
excite
need
me.
heading into the building.
Hi, guys.
Can we get the blunt, please?
Now, hey, how does your faith tie into your self-love?
Well, I'm a very spiritual person, so I'm big on, meditation, saying positive affirmations, journaling, doing all those type of things, connecting with the outside, and I think that helps me to stay grounded and just really, centered with who I am, and I think that's all part of, displaying and demonstrating self-love.
Good energy. Good
Latif
comment.
Khalif.
Yeah, good
Yeah, I feel the same way. But then you gotta have. My thing now is like I'm not entertaining the negative, man. If you negative, I don't even. When you even speak negative, because words are power. People used to say stick stone may break my bone. Words, that's a lie. Words hurt. Words do hurt. Words manifest. Words come to life. Words, you understand what I'm saying? When you put that out there in the atmosphere, that's why you can pass by somebody you don't even know and you like, ugh, what's up? It's that vibe. So you need to have good energy and good karma. Think good thoughts because your thoughts becomes your actions and your habits.
Yeah.
And your habits become your character.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you need to start, that seed you plant from the jump need to be good. You don't wake up like, God damn, you wake up like, man, alhamdulillah, I'm blessed today.
Yeah.
I woke up, 1,000 people didn't. So you move from that forward, like she said, focus on the positive and alleviate the negative because it's always someone worse.
Yeah, that's so true. And he right about that, words being powerful.
I start my day off like this. Every day I wake up, I suit up, and I show up. You got that? Okay. Even if I feel like shit, I put on my makeup, my lashes, whatever. Because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. And then I tell myself affirmations every day. First thing I tell myself is everything I touch turn into gold.
Yes.
And I believe that. Everything I touch turn to gold.
So
I tell myself I'm a money magnet.
Yeah.
I tell myself I'm an asset. Therefore, whoever I encounter needs to be an asset to me.
Wow.
If I'm an asset, why would I accept a liability? I'm an asset.
You programming the self-conscious
Yeah.
because if we think about it, growing up, I had people saying you stupid, you're dumb, you
Yeah,
don't know
fuck all
shit.
of that.
And
I
you
tell
start to
myself
believe that.
diamonds are made under pressure.
Yes.
Because if I have a bad day, I'm a diamond. So it takes pressure, you know?
Yes.
So I just put all of this in my head every single day. I say the same shit to myself every day.
Yeah.
I have a list of things I tell myself. So when I get out there in the world, you know, I feed my brain with this stuff every day. I'm ready. I'm armored.
Yeah, I
You
love
can't
it.
fuck with me. Nobody can fuck with me.
I love it.
I'm
I love
a
it.
bitch.
I tell my children that every day too. Just say your positive affirmations in the morning. It'll help you just have a better day.
Yeah.
Because you got so many people throwing daggers at you, trying to kill your spirit, trying to, kill your morale. You know what I'm saying? Feed you all these lies and shit. Because I was somewhere and I was listening at the nail shop and there was a little boy in there with his mom and this lady said to him, "Ooh, you better be careful before someone steals you." She could have been joking, but you don't know that you put that subconsciously
Speaking that,
thought
yeah,
into
speaking
somebody's head and instilling that fear into that young child's head. Then the other lady was telling the two twin daughters, the two twin girls, one of them was skinny, one of them was fat. She was the lady that was doing the woman else, "You're too skinny. You need to eat more food like your sister." The mama wasn't even paying attention. Inadvertently, she's killing your daughter's you know what I'm saying? She's fucking with her you know what I'm saying, with her self-esteem.
Yeah.
And you ain't even paying attention to tell her, "Don't talk to my daughter like that." And I'm not fit to interfere because I don't know y'all, but people be speaking negatively over your children deliberately on a slick. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really be conscious of how you let people interact with your children and how people interact with you, because they'll seep some shit in your mind and they'll seep into you in subconscious and you don't even know. You wake up tomorrow, damn, I'm stupid.
People don't
You know?
realize how much power words have.
Yeah, exactly.
We have some questions, y'all.
Yeah, they got people
Okay.
on the.
Oh, for real?
Oh,
I
Lord.
didn't even-
So can we take some questions or some comments?
Can we get someone on the phone to read us? some
Do you
questions
get
for
your
us?
knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on how to love for self, life, or your high power?
Yeah, like I said, it's for me. It's been a learned behavior because it didn't start off that way. It wasn't instilled in me growing up as a child. So I had to teach myself love every day. I watch YouTube in the morning. I have a couple of people that I follow that are motivational speakers that speak on certain things, and I constantly feed my mind, and equip myself with what I need to get through the day.
Every day, you
Every
gotta
day.
do it
Every day.
religiously.
Yeah.
Here are a couple of questions and comments. 2950 say, what is needed to be done to break the cycle?
Just that's what needs to be done to break the cycle. Just being consciously aware that the cycle needs to be broken and just speaking those simple words into existence. The cycle is broken. What you
Starting
did
with your
today,
kids.
start your tomorrow anew. Do something differently tomorrow that you didn't do today. And that's how you start breaking the cycle. Start breaking old habits.
But I believe, like anything, you have to go through something to get somewhere. You just can't. My personal belief or my opinion is you got to go through something to start loving yourself. Don't nobody just is born loving themselves because you got to get taught.
Remember,
Okay.
like it starts at home. So like different cultures, like have y'all seen the African people and the way they behave towards us? Have y'all witnessed how they treat us black people? So they come over here with this regal mindset that they're above everybody, right? And they're kings and queens, right? And it's because they've been born and raised and taught that shit in their villages. They didn't have to deal with the oppression that we have to deal with as far as Jim Crow and all the discrimination and being called a nigger and all those things that we had to overcome, right? But they've just been born and raised that they're kings and queens. So they come over here. I'm just saying, a good number of them. Right. And there's other cultures, same thing. They have not had to overcome all the oppression that we have. So they didn't have the same upbringing. Their moms and dads are still together in the damn village. You see what I'm saying?
But see, it's still a lot of self-hatred in those communities because over there, what is that? The skin bleach, the biggest seller in Africa. Everybody want to bleach their skin and be a different color. So it's a lot of self-hatred as far as colorism
going on. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think they just more stuck on culture than, and we talking about self-love and faith. They lacks the faith, and reason I say that because Latif, you know, all them Africans worked on Ferguson Unit. You know what I'm saying? You had some that discriminate. Oh, y'all woo woo, y'all criminals this and that woo. But then you had those who were believers.
Yes.
Who embraced us. Like, I had Africans that loved me on the unit. You know what I'm saying? They thought I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? And hey, for the time being, I was. You dig what I'm saying? But nah, just being real though.
Yeah, I want to say one thing because this is just so important. It's real simple and it's 2 words or 3: divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Divide and conquer. If you can divide the people, you can conquer them. You know, and that's what happened with us. That's why so much self-hatred with the colorism, with the color of your skin, with longer hair, this, that, or the other. Everybody fighting to be lighter. And like, you know what I'm saying? But we are powerful people. People of color are powerful people. But when you divide and you conquer, then you know what I'm saying? You make people forget who they are. And that's what we're dealing with. We're fighting the battles
of beauty. Yeah. So now everybody got plastic surgery. Everybody got a fake ass, fake hips, fake. Everybody's body shape is literally the same. It's like they all took the same picture to the same damn doctor and said, "Baby, like this."
And as soon as it'll be fake penises and fake coochies.
No.
Everything is fake. It used to be women down south. You can tell the girl that's down south and the girl from up north by the way she was shaped. But now shit, everybody shaped. You know, everybody the thing.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah, man, we
he got another question. Okay.
Another comment, it said, what by Mr. Ronald Green, it says, where and when do you step out on faith?
Anytime. It's when you ready. You just gotta throw all caution to the wind. Just, enough is enough. F it. I can either swim or drown.
You step out on faith when you wholeheartedly embrace that self-love. When once you figure out that this what it is and you love you, that's automatic.
Right. The self-love is the faith.
Exactly. That's automatic. That's why this is the topic, self-love and faith.
Yeah.
You did what I'm saying? That's automatic.
Yeah.
It's what faith is, the substance of thing not seen. So that comes, you can tie that into the relationship a little bit like we were saying earlier. You getting fresh out the penitentiary, you know, have faith in yourself to do. I'm finna do something positive as well. We touched on, we need our women to, us too, we gotta do for our women, but we need that motivation and inspiration from y'all as well to continue, you know what I'm saying, the progress for us, for all, you know what I'm saying, as well as the children, because we have a lot of situations where fathers not in the house with the children, and that creates a whole nother box, Pandora box. You understand what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah.
It's just the rabbit hole just get deeper and deeper, don't it? It's like which door do we want to go into next?
Right. What else? What's going on?
It said not all of Africa. That's a comment. That's not a question. That's more of a comment. Oh y'all.
Any questions? Any more questions?
Yeah, I got something here.
Do a Q&A period.
It said,
We just gonna have a call-in line next. We'll just have a number they can call in, and then we can let them talk.
What it say?
Put it on
Can
speaker.
self-love become self-confidence? What did it say?
on which one?
Centeredness.
Self-centeredness. Yeah. Can self-love become self-centeredness?
So do y'all agree that if you didn't grow up with love like that, if you weren't love bombed as a child growing up, that self-love is taught? it's self-taught.
Yeah, because a lot of people grow up on survival.
And then we have to learn how to love ourselves by being hurt. You know, like so many people have hurt me that I had to say, okay, enough is enough on that shit. I'm not letting nobody else do that to me anymore.
I believe you definitely have to get to a breaking point to where you realize that it's time to focus on you.
Yeah, there's some people that take self-love and it's different because I look like this, because I'm shaped like this, because I have this amount of money, I'm entitled to this.
Yeah.
You have to have balance.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this conversation. It was so insightful and just brought a lot of, things to mind. We definitely have to continue this conversation on another, conversation podcast. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I want to thank you all for your comments. Follow us all on social media. My handle is 3X Great. That's the number 3XGREAT.
Legacy Loyalty LIE, IG. Follow me.
Okay. I'm Houston _realtor_Melanie LeBlanc, MELONEELEVLANC.
CEO _King Shoe _110. King Shoe Facebook.
I'm the lovable lady on Facebook. I am Tina Love.
I'm Willis _Malvo. That's MALVO.
That's it. Thank you.
Again, appreciate you all for tuning in, man. It's gonna get better as we go. You dig what I'm saying?
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Already.
I'm chilling heavy, understand